Don't answer! It's a trap! The Black Phone. Apparently, Ethan Hawke has decided to become a villain, and he excels at it almost as well as Brad Dourif and Robert Englund, because like how he was in Moon Knight, Ethan Hawke is extremely unsettling as the villain, named the Grabber. And he basically embodies what all parents are terrified of when it comes to strangers and their kids. Well, the kids of parents and having to deal with strangers. He's got a van, he's got a gimmick, he is deeply unsettling, and you don't know if he's got split personality disorder or if he's just playing everyone for chumps. But this guy is definitely unhinged. As for our two juvenile leads, the boy is excuse me, is decent. He doesn't succeed in everything he does. He's very relatable. He's having to deal with bullies, and then he ends up in the clutches of a monster, like a true monster. And while there is a supernatural element, you don't know whether it's in the characters' heads or if there's something else going on. But the suspense and tension are very well applied. The other juvenile lead, I forgot to mention, was the boy's sister, who does not give up on her brother. Now, I never grew up with my sisters. They were away at college or getting married or whatever. So, normally what I see on TV is sibling rivalry. And there was no sibling rivalry between these two. There was a bit of playful teasing, but overall, this girl was basically putting it all on the line, mending fences with her dad, because the dad character had some demons of his own, and he had a bit of a redemption arc. But let's not talk about him. Let's focus on the kids. The girl used potentially psychic dreams to locate her brother, to try at least, and she never gave up. She failed multiple times and got dead ends, but ultimately she didn't come off as a Mary Sue, just like the boy didn't come off as a Gary Stu. The kids were relatable, they felt natural, and I honestly wouldn't have seen them as out of place in the Stranger Things universe, because this felt like something that could have been going on in the background of the ST universe. Because while there was a supernatural element, there was a real world horror going on. The whole town felt like it was under a curse. The townspeople, they looked and felt beaten down. And when a serial killer is on the loose, yeah, that's kind of how it goes with towns. There's like a pallor, like a sickness that everyone's experiencing. Overall, the genuine horror and supernatural elements, plus a really good musical score, combining classic rock from 1978 and really strained knife-edge violin chords, and a really oppressive, like, you cannot breathe type atmosphere, all combined to make this a pretty decent modern urban legend type movie. Basically, this wouldn't have been out of place as a double feature with the original Halloween. They used sort of period correct cameras to a degree to give it a old school feel, even though there was some CGI which blended well, although a bit of practical gore wouldn't have been terrible. Basically, if they'd used that to save money and put it elsewhere, like the overall atmosphere of the piece, I'm glad they did what they did. Those kids were awesome. The villain was perfectly creepy, and the whole movie was fairly satisfying overall. This is Mr. J signing out and reminding you, don't talk to strangers, especially ones carrying weird paraphernalia. Stranger danger exists for a reason. Sleep tight.